Hi, my name is Steve Paulson, and I'm a member of Mayflower Congregational United Church of Christ, based in Billings, Montana. I want to welcome you to this worship service. Our service will continue with the theme, Beloved Love, for another 2 weeks. Our theme comes from the National United Church of Christ, encouraging churches to share their stories and live out their faith through 3 great loves: love of neighbor, love of children, and love of creation. Today we'll explore our love of neighbor. What does it mean to love your neighbor, and who is our neighbor? These are some of the questions people have pondered since Jesus first taught us this commandment to love our neighbor as ourselves. Let us begin our worship service, and please know that no matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you are welcome into this sacred space and time.
Worship is a time for us to come together. And although we are separated from each other as a worshiping community, we are bound together by the love of our God who calls us beloved. And from the love of God that lives within our hearts and minds and souls, we are asked to extend that love outward to love our neighbor. Today, we turn back to some of the most basic teachings of Jesus, who said, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." For centuries now, people have been asking the question, who is my neighbor? Today, we too must ask ourselves this same question as we contemplate what it means to be both loved by God and to be called to love our neighbor. So enter into this time of worship now by slowing the pace of your body and your mind and entering into a time of silent prayer. Amen.
Please join me in prayer. We welcome the presence of God, who commanded faithful people throughout the ages to love God, love our neighbor, and love ourselves. We welcome the presence of Jesus, our teacher and brother, who reminded us again that the whole of God's law can be summed up in a single commandment: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. We welcome the presence of the Spirit, which moves us to love our neighbor through the hearing and understanding of their diverse voices and languages. Let us love God, our neighbors, and ourselves. Amen.